The sky's falling, the wind is calling, stand for something or die in the morning. Section 80, high power.
So recently, Drake and Kendrick went at it, and Kendrick came out victorious. The battle was fun to watch. It was cool to see. They both traded some good blows, but Kendrick knocked his ass out. Okay. Kendrick later on went on to put on the pop out show on Juneteenth, and that shit was fire. Meanwhile, you got Drake out here putting out songs, nothing's really catching, barely even touching the top 10, which is unheard of for Drake. And a bunch of people tuned in to see what Kendrick was doing in the past, a lot of his past works, once this beef popped off, during it, and after it. And ever since the beef, Kendrick's been pretty much sustaining a lot of his newer listeners. His Spotify monthlies has barely moved, not like us somewhere in the 100 millions, and he's doing great right now. I'm not sure if I'm the only one that's kind of noticed this, but this whole entire moment is really reminding me of something else that happened in hip hop history. 17 years ago, on September 11th, 2007, two industry titans went at each other. One was considered the underdog, and one was considered the guy on top. 50 versus Kanye. A lot of the rap landscape in 2006, 2007, around that time, really does mirror a lot of what's happening right now. And what I mean is that you have rappers who are a part of the industry themselves talking about how much they don't love where hip hop is. Even the audience is saying this. Which, personally, this is my thing. If you think hip hop is garbage right now, I'm gonna just say it, you don't listen to enough. There's no way Action Bronson, Denzel Curry, Schoolboy Q, Vince Staples, and Doechii all dropped albums and people call hip hop trash. But that's not the reason I'm making the video. Anyway, Nas in 2006 dropped an album called Hip Hop Is Dead, and it sent hip hop into a bit of a toxic and terrible conversation at the time. Not because Nas was wrong or anything, but it was just because of the way that rap responded to what he had to say. During this time, the big thing was still gangster rap. It still was 50 Cent, it still was Jeezy, it was G Unit. It was that kind of music still, being listened to, or the quote unquote biggest in hip hop. But during that time, people also were getting tired of hearing it from certain people, or just getting tired of it in general. Kind of like how people are really getting tired of the quote unquote TikTokification of rap. Just make this thing that's a bop for 1 minute that people could dance to and move on. That, on top of the fact that the biggest guy in the game has been releasing really subpar, lazy music for a while now. That's still successful, but clearly people don't love like they used to. And it was kind of the same for 50 Cent at the time. Although Curtis did well first week, it not beating graduation kind of showed that, you know, people want a little bit more from their music now. When graduation beat Curtis first week, that wasn't just Kanye having bigger sales. It didn't just stop there. No. That caused a cultural shift. And it phased out gangster rap and coke boy rap during that time period. So once that quote unquote cultural shift happened, it set new grounds for what hip hop should be going forward. And it wasn't just the music, it was fashion too. You had people wearing the weird glasses like Kanye. And the style evolved from there. You had people wearing skinny jeans while also wearing the weird shades from Kanye. You had people wearing the button up under the polo and like all of that stuff. Kanye winning over 50 completely birthed a new generation of artists that wanted to be like him and make music like him. Not everybody, you still had new boys and all of that jazz. The influence was still felt. You could see it. I remember this. So once he won that battle, And once it was pretty much he had free reins to do whatever it was he wanted people to follow going forward, he dropped 808s and Heartbreak, which was an album that completely changed things going forward for rappers, singers, and producers. There were a lot of people who were trying to recreate that more synthetic, thematic sound simply because he did. A lot of rappers, singers, everything were birthed from that album. There wouldn't be a Take Care from Drake or a trilogy without an album like 808s. So, I say pretty much all of that to say I believe we're about to see another cultural shift like that again because of Kendrick Lamar and Drake beefing. The event itself was the beef. That's what that's to this generation what the first week album sales were when Graduation beat Curtis was to 2007. You get what I mean? The toppling of this thing that's been at the top for so long and the support of this thing that people clearly want to see more of going forward emerges victorious amongst everything else. And that one event births a lot of rappers, a lot of producers, a lot of people that are the product of that cultural shift. I truly think that we're about to see that again. I believe that even Kendrick thinks so. He dropped on September 11th, which is the same day that this quote unquote cultural shift happened in 2007. In the first verse, he says, "Burn the whole village, we start over. It's really that time." Kendrick full on believes that he is about to lead this new generation into what hip hop is going to be for the next X amount of years. And he wants it to flourish. Whatever his next project is going to be the thing that really inspires a lot of people to get up, go out there, and get it. I don't believe that there will be a big three going forward. I think that that was only specific to the blog era. But I do believe that there will be a group of people, a group of musicians that are born from an event. And I think that that event happened this past summer with Drake versus Kendrick. Now, it might be completely new artists, or it might be artists that we're hearing right now and have actually heard for a long time, finally getting the shine that they deserve for so long. Finally, somebody like Denzel Curry, Action Bronson, Schoolboy Q, Absol, Doechii, Rhapsody, Lil Sims, JID, everybody that you can think of that's known for being a spitter, delivering introspective music, and everything else will actually most likely be propelled to be, to the position where they can be at the forefront someday because of said cultural shift, if it happens. So yeah, that's my thoughts about this. I think that we're about to see a cultural shift in music. Like I think that that's about to come very, very soon. But enough about me yapping. What do y'all think? Type in the comments. I really appreciate you guys for watching this video. Hope you have a good day. Thank you.